And then I'm glad they still have those available.
Yeah.
I got a chance to go to a Lego store when I went to California, and they built a giant dragon that took them thousands upon thousands of hours to build that dragon. It was amazing. The things
All out of Legos, right?
all out of Legos. Anyways, guys, enjoy our presentation. I just wanted to say good morning.
All right. Well, good morning. Thank you guys for being here. My name is Christy, and I'm a member of the Rotary Club of Truth or Consequences. And you all met Deborah. They're also going to be hearing from Steve and Mario, and then some of our special friends that we're going to introduce here in just a minute, okay? So, how many of you have heard of the Rotary Club? Has anybody heard of Rotary? No? So, do you have any idea what it might be if we're here giving you a presentation? Yes, ma'am. About cars. That's a good guess. What's your name? Skylar? Scott. Nice to meet you, Scott. Does anybody else have a guess what Rotary is about? Yes, ma'am. About drugs. So that's a good guess as well. What about you? You took it. Okay. So Rotary is actually a club that exists in almost every community in the world. Okay? It's pretty big, right? So what Rotary members do is they look around their community and they look at things that they think could be better. Things that need to be helped. Okay? So they try to make the world a better place, especially for young people like you. And today we have a really important presentation about a drug that's really, really devastating to the well-being of communities. So we're here today to ask your help in this problem. Okay? And we're going to start, we have a little skit that we're going to do for you, and then there's going to be a presentation. And actually, at the very end of all of this, you all are going to have a test of sorts, okay? And an essay that you have a chance to win some money if you do really well. So please be active participants. If you have questions, raise your hand. If you want to tell us a story, raise your hand. But please let us know if you have any questions. We're all here to help you all today. So thank you for being here. I'm going to invite Deborah and Steve up, and we have just a small skit for you, okay? Like a turtle. Alright, so we're all, how many of you guys like video games? Yeah, how many of you guys
You guys see anything?
Yes.
What did you see?
We saw drugs.
You saw what?
We saw two of them eat drugs, but one of them left.
Where did they go? Did you happen to see where they went?
That way.
Send me a drug dog. I've got a perpetrator that took off that way. We need hang on just a second. Hold him up right there. All right. She went where? She's in the back, somewhere back there. It's dead. We're gonna get this body. She said you saw him take drugs. You know what kind of drugs it was? Were they smoking it or medications? Okay. Did we find the perpetrator?
Yes, sir.
Bring him up here.
Okay. I don't know what you find down there.
Get up here, young lady. No, Steve is dead. What did you give Steve? You know what? Turn around, place your hands behind your back. Turn around, place your hands behind your back. You are under arrest. Is this the one that gave him the drugs?
Yes.
You're under arrest. You're going to go to jail for a very long time. He's dead.
All right, give your actors a round of applause there. So, that's pretty scary, huh? What if that was one of your friends and you guys were at your house and that happened? You'd be scared? Yeah. They see and how many of you have seen those little prescription bottles? All of you guys, okay? All right, so at this time, I'm going to bring up another one of our Rotary members, and we're going to continue with the presentation. As you all saw, there's Sheriff Hamilton, Glenn Hamilton, okay? He's part of our presentation, and we're going to bring up Mario, and you're going to see Sheriff Hamilton a little later in the presentation. Or is he? Well, he's going to. This is Mario. He's another one of our Rotarians.
Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Good. My dream when I grow up is to be a computer engineer. You guys have dreams? Yeah? What's your dream? Oh no, gotta think about it. Anyway, Christy and Deborah are going to talk more about dreams later on in the presentation. But we're going to try something new. We haven't done this before. So I'm going to need some volunteers in a minute. So, let's see. Steph is there. You can go ahead and advance this. Let's see. What we're going to do, I had mentioned that my dream is to be a computer engineer. So what I want to do is I want to build a kid computer in 1 minute. Who thinks I can build a kid computer? You guys believe in me? You believe?
Yes.
Okay, I like believers. Okay, so we have a timer. Who's going to time? Someone time us. A kid computer
Do you want me to
in
time?
1 minute. Go ahead and advance the time.
Yeah, I can time you.
Okay.
Tell me when.
Okay, so on your mark, get set, go.
Go.
First, I need a power source. Who wants to be my power source? You in the back. Come on. Next, I need, you're right here. You're my power source. Just stand. Now I need a powered cord. Who wants to be my powered cord? You in the back. The lady in the back. Come on. Quick, quick. We're under the gun here.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Lay down. Lay down, quick. Umbrella. We're plugging the power cord into the power source. Now I need an operating system and a hard drive. You right here. Great. Okay, on your hands and knees.
15 seconds.
Facing this way, facing this way, facing this way. Hands and knees. Now I need to display you right here. Quick, come on. Display. Sit down right here. There's a display.
Done. Yeah, 2 seconds to spare.
There's my kid computer. Smile. Okay, so there's my kid computer. Was that the timer there?
That was the timer, you got it.
Okay, so see you guys. How we doing? Okay? So every time you guys are on the computer, I want you to remember this lesson that we're going to have this morning. Okay? So if all of this is set up just right, relax. If all this is set up just right, the computer works. You've got electricity, you've got the power source, you've got the cord, you've got the operating system, the hard drive, and you've got the display. Look at how nice that display is. Okay? So if a person takes drugs, bad things happen to the system. Okay? So what if you get a power surge through the system? What if lightning strikes your house?
Power is going to go out, which means you need power.
Yeah, if you get a power source, it damages your electronics. It damages all this equipment, right?
Yes.
Okay, so again, you don't want to be putting power surges through your system, your body. And Officer Hamilton, Sheriff Hamilton, is going to be talking to us. You do drugs that create surges through your body that damages the system, right? Okay, and so you want a good power source, right? In your life, you want a good power source. You want God on your side. You want family. You want to have good connections with your teachers and your police officers. And you want to surround yourself with good friends. And you want to eat healthy, right? You want to get plenty of exercise. You want to take care of your power source. And just a quick example here. I just want to show you, it's real important what you do or don't put in your body. So what if, for my power source, I have this carrot juice? Is that going to be good for my body?
Yes.
Vegetables, carrots?
Yes.
Okay. What if I put this in my body?
No.
Do you guys know what this is?
It was a monster.
It's a monster drink. It has drugs in it. Its main drug is caffeine, which is it's a drug and it's not good for your body. So again, you want to be putting good things in your body. You want to have a good power source. Okay. So we're almost done here. How you guys doing? My hard drive maybe. Okay, hard drive. Okay. So what if something gets into your computer? You guys have heard of viruses?
Yes.
See, we got a virus. So if a virus opens up in your system, then normally in your computer, this is what you see. You can understand all of those words, right?
Yes.
Okay. If you get a computer virus in your system, this is what it looks like. If you go somewhere that you shouldn't and you click on something that you shouldn't, this is what it'll look like. It'll look like that. Can you read that?
No.
Okay. So when a virus opens up in your computer, it messes everything up. And it's the same thing with drugs. When you put drugs in your body, it messes everything up. Okay, so again, the lesson is don't be putting, doing a good job. Don't be putting stuff in your body that doesn't belong. Okay? So that's the hard drive, the memory, the operating system, all of that comes from this strong guy right here. Okay? And then the other thing that I want to show is look at this display. Isn't this the display beautiful? Okay. If you start taking drugs, what happens to your display, your face? It gets ugly. So initially, when you take a drug, you may feel happy, you may feel energetic, but in time, your face is going to grow old, and it's going to wear out your teeth, and you're going to go from this beautiful lady right here to something that you don't want to look like. Okay? So that is the lesson. So every time you guys get on a computer, be thinking, if you put good things in, you're going to get good things out. If you put garbage into your computer, what's going to happen?
The garbage.
You're going to get garbage. You're going to get bad things, and you don't want bad things, right? Because you want to live your dream. You want to have a good future, right? Okay, you guys did awesome. virus. Oop, there's a skull and crossbones. And there's a person trying to protect their computer and all the bad things trying to get in. Don't let those bad things get into your computer, into your body. Okay, and then real quick, before Sheriff Hamilton comes up, a story. Back in the day, a long time ago, I used to be a soccer coach, and this was my soccer team. And anyone here play soccer? Yeah, it's an awesome sport. It's a great sport. But I just want to draw your attention to one of the kids here. This young man right here, his name's Casey. Okay, when he got into high school, he started to hang out with the wrong friends. He started to smoke a little marijuana, drink a little alcohol. He started to get into crimes because he was stealing to get more drugs. He started to steal. And what do you think happened to Casey? He went to jail. And so he, again, started doing bad things because he wasn't thinking about what he was doing anymore. And this is a picture of him in our local newspaper when he got arrested, okay, for doing bad things. Okay? And so again, you guys are our future. We want to make sure that you don't go down this path that Casey went down. And so we're here to talk to you about this dangerous drug called meth. And Officer Hamilton, Sheriff Hamilton, is going to come up. He's going to give a presentation and talk to you guys more about this dangerous drug called meth. So pay close attention, and we're glad that you guys are here. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. As Mario said, I'm Sheriff Hamilton. I'm the sheriff here in Sierra County. Do me a favor, everybody stand up. Put your arms up like that. Put your arms down like that. Shake your legs. Put your arms up like that. Put your hands right like that. All right, go ahead and have a seat. Figured you guys needed a stretch break, right? Get the blood flowing a little bit. Get the blood going to the brain. Like Mario said, young Casey there put garbage into his life. Young Casey got garbage out of his life. Okay? So just like the computer that gets that virus, you put that garbage in that computer, that's exactly what you're going to get out. And that's the example that we can show with Casey there. He started putting garbage into his life. I'm here to talk to you today about a very dangerous drug that we have here in Sierra County. It's called methamphetamine. Does anybody know what methamphetamine is? You've heard of methamphetamine? Have you heard of methamphetamine? Okay. This is also known as meth. It's also known as bump, go fast. You hear all kinds of different slang terms or street names for it there. This is essentially what it looks like. It's kind of a crystalline substance. It's usually an off-white powder. It can come in a variety of colors. What we come up with and what we see a lot in Sierra County is kind of almost a yellowish color. It looks kind of like soap. Only little crystal substance with it there. Common colors are red, brown, green, yellow, and pink. Again, we're coming up with we're seeing more of the brown and yellow here in Sierra County. These are the different variations of it. Okay, again, we're seeing stuff that looks like this. And really what that means is that it's been cut with some other substances, garbage basically. Rat poison is one of the things that they use. Talc powder, the powder that they use whenever they change a baby's diaper, they use that stuff to cut it with too. And that's what turns it into different colors. Again, it looks almost kind of like a crystal, like almost a rock substance. It's called speed, crank, ice, crystal, glass, chalk, go fast, bump. Again, you're going to hear all kinds of different terminology out there, different terms. In addition to meth, heroin and spice are on the rise here in Sierra County. Who knows what heroin is? Watch your grandfather's shows with them, huh? Yeah, they probably talk about a lot of drugs there. Heroin, again, is something that we're coming across. Very, very dangerous. Not quite as dangerous or addictive as what the methamphetamine is. We'll discuss that here in a little while. Also, we're finding spice. And what they call this is called a synthetic drug. This is basically made overseas in laboratories and sent over here. Sometimes it's masked as air fresheners that you put in bowls around your house. Well, believe it or not, we have some really crazy people out there that actually ingest this to try to get high. Some of the methods that they use in which to take methamphetamine. Does anybody know how you take methamphetamine? With a needle, that's one of them. What's another way that they can take methamphetamine? They can smoke it. You can inhale it through your nose. It can be taken orally, it can be snorted, smoked, injected. There's all kinds of different ways that they can do it. What are some of the effects of methamphetamine that we see? Your teeth fall out. Everybody smile. Smile. Everybody get their teeth. All right, no meth heads in here, huh? All right. What are some of the other things that happen? You get bloody noses. There's something that what we call meth bugs. When you do methamphetamine, you get the feeling of creepy crawlies on your skin. And you'll see people that take meth, they're constantly doing this all the time. Because it actually gives this sensation that there's bugs crawling underneath your skin. Well, as a result of this constant scratching that they're doing, you get what we call meth sores, right? And they're open sores that the person scratches so hard and so frequently in various spots that we actually get little sores that start popping up. You lose weight, you have irrational behavior, you start acting crazy where you used to just act normal. Now you get people just acting all kinds of crazy, violent rages. People just flip out. They start attacking people unprovoked. Organ and skin damage internally. Methamphetamine really is one of those drugs that it's a garbage in, garbage out type thing. If you actually put methamphetamine in your system, it starts eating you from the inside out. It's one of the reasons that your teeth fall out. It truly starts rotting you from the inside out. And ultimately, what's the last end result of methamphetamine? You're going to die from it. See this guy here? This is what we call the meth sores up here. This guy, because he scratches and scratches and scratches in that same spot, he winds up opening wounds. These are some of the teeth that you're going to see out there. Anybody want teeth like this?
No.
Not at all, huh? All right, this is a picture of what we call crank bugs or meth bugs. All right, again, she scratches and scratches and scratches. Anybody notice what she's wearing? Why is she wearing an orange shoes? Because she's in prison. Exactly. And we see this a lot in our prison systems. Not only when we get them in prisons, this is when we start seeing these little crank bugs. Anybody got a weak stomach here? Yes. All right. Let me tell you what happens when we get them in prison. This is kind of gross, all right? But I think you really need to hear this. You see those scabs that they have right there? Because your body like oozes out some of the stuff that you have in it. She took methamphetamine. And when we see them in prison like this and they have these wounds, it will actually eat these scabs. They will eat these scabs while they're in jail because it has trace residue or trace elements of the methamphetamine that's seeping out of their bodies. That is how dangerous this drug is and how addictive it is. That you would actually get in a situation like this. Obviously, if you're in jail, you don't have access to your drugs, right? So where do they get their drugs? From their wounds. That's pretty disgusting, isn't it? In an effort to feel great, users go out on runs using from days to days. This is what we call binges. They go out on binges. Somebody takes methamphetamine. One of the sensations of methamphetamine is that it keeps you up, keeps you excited. Have you guys ever been out on the playground and you guys are chasing each other? You know how excited you get? Well, methamphetamine keeps your heart rate up and keeps your excitement level up to that level. And so they keep taking it and they keep taking it in order to stay up to that level. But the problem with that is that they can be doing this, they can be up for 8, 9, 10 days straight of doing nothing but taking methamphetamine and staying up to that level. What kind of an effect do you think that has on your body? Who stayed up all day long? Like 24 hours? You stayed up for 24 hours before? How did you feel after you finally got to go to sleep? You were tired. You slept for a long time, didn't you? Well, that's what these individuals do, is they'll take their meth and they'll stay up and they'll stay up and they'll stay up for 8 to 10 days at a time. And then they'll have what we call the crash. Then they'll crash. And they'll stay in bed for 3 or 4 days. And then they'll start that cycle all over again. That's what methamphetamine does to you. Anybody want that kind of life?
No.
Anybody want to wake up every day with the idea of, I want to do methamphetamine and stay up for the next 10 days and then sleep for 4 or 5 days? That's the life that these individuals live. This is 1998. This is what this girl looked like. Pretty attractive girl. She's pretty. This is 2002, 4 years later. Does it look like the same person?
No.
Looks like some kind of gnome or something, huh? Got the Freddy Krueger look on there. Okay, let's take a look at some of the faces of meth. Okay, Christine told you earlier there about how it changes your appearance. Does your teeth start falling out? You guys heard me earlier. I told you what? Methamphetamine eats at you from the inside. When you take methamphetamine, it eats you from the inside out. She's a pretty attractive woman, huh? Any of the guys in here? No? Pretty attractive, huh? No? Not your type? Well, okay, let's change the picture. Tell me if this is your type. This is only 2.5 years later of doing methamphetamine. She looks like an old woman. Exactly. Now I want you guys to keep in mind when we're showing these pictures, what do you see down here at the bottom? What does that indicate? What does that badge indicate? She's probably in jail. That's a jail picture. When she first was arrested in 2005, that's what she looked like. She was a pretty happy person. When she was arrested 2.5 years later, that's what she looked like. Every single day. This is what methamphetamine, in just 2.5 years, it has pretty much eaten that woman from inside out. Another one. Now what I want you to pay special attention to is her little meth bug sores that she's got. Okay, see her little meth bug sores? Oh yes, she's already taken meth. She was arrested for methamphetamine in 2005 in this picture. That's 1 year later. Look at her meth sores. Did you say she's been picking at them?
Yes.
Any of the ladies out here want to look like that?
No.
No? You know, maybe we throw a little makeup on top of her. She might be okay, right? Yeah? Make a whole lot of makeup. Maybe like a bucket of makeup. Yeah. Very attractive woman there. I had a teacher that looked like this one time. I didn't have a teacher that looked like that. Again, what happens when you start eating away from the inside? The hair roots are attached inside your head, right? That's what it does. It starts attacking you from the inside out. And this is what ultimately happens to your parents. Pretty cool looking dude there. Nice goatee, huh? Nice trim. Exactly. Night of the Living Dead there, huh? Look at the hair. And it's really paled him up, exactly. Remember the list of the effects on the methamphetamine has, from your teeth falling out, to you losing weight, to your hair falling out, ultimately death. I would say that this guy probably doesn't have too much longer to live, if he isn't already dead. we go. Fabio. That's a cool G-bag.
Teenager.
Talk about pale and skinny, huh? This guy was probably a bodybuilder, lifted weights, he's got the big neck, maybe a football player or something like that. But you look at him now. Just 5 years. 5 years older before they're using methamphetamine.
Yeah, they're actually.
Okay, so how does meth work? Methamphetamine affects the central nervous system. That's essentially the core of your brain, right? It attacks, when you take methamphetamine, it immediately goes to the core of your brain and it starts bringing up your endorphins, or that adrenaline, or that really excited feeling. It's got an increase in a person's energy level, keeps them awake for an extended period of time. Like I said, 8 to 10 to 14 days, these individuals will be awake. Can you imagine? You stay awake for 24 hours. Can you imagine being awake for 8 days? Can you imagine being awake for 10 days without sleeping? What do you think that would do to your body? You'll just exactly what you saw on the faces there. It can be they can stay up for several days to weeks. And this again, it's from the increase of endorphins and the dump of dopamines in your system. You probably don't know what dopamines are, but it's that excited level or that excited feeling that you get, like when you're running around out on the playground. Dopamine makes a person feel good. How addictive is meth? If you give a group of 100 people, let me see how many got here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 18 people. All right, if you give a group of 100 people a drink of alcohol every day for 3 weeks, 8 of those 100 are going to become addicted. 8 of the 100, right? There's 100 people. You've got 18 in this class right now. Right? So percentage-wise, out of that, maybe 2 of the individuals. If I gave every one of you alcohol every week for 3 weeks, 2 of you on the end over here would be addicted to it. The rest of you could probably say, okay, I don't want any more alcohol. If I give a group of 100 people cocaine every day for 3 weeks, 14 of them, 14 would be. So you could basically take another person. So if I gave everybody cocaine here for 3 weeks every single day, we could just add another person. These 3 individuals would be addicted to it. You guys could probably say, okay, I don't want to go anything else. Cocaine? And that's really, really bad. How's he doing now? Doing good. See? And that's what I'm saying. That's why he had a problem. Your family realized it, and your family got it taken care of. And that's a good story. If I gave everybody in this group methamphetamine for 3 weeks, how many do you think would be addicted? 90 of the 100 people will become addicted. So what I could do is I gave everybody methamphetamine for 3 weeks. I could take these 2 people out, and they could say, I don't want any more methamphetamine. The rest of you would be addicted to methamphetamine. How dangerous is that? It's more dangerous than alcohol, more dangerous than cocaine. Very, very, very dangerous. And that's why, again, we have presentations like this. We have cocaine in Sierra County. We have heroin in Sierra County. We have prescription pills in Sierra County. We have all kinds of drugs in Sierra County. But the most dangerous drug that we have in Sierra County that we deal with and that we want to keep young people like yourselves away from is methamphetamine. We want you all to not do any drugs. We want you guys to be able to realize your dreams, to be what you are meant to be. We don't want you to do any drugs. We don't want you to do any alcohol. But we really, really don't want you messing with methamphetamine. It's the most dangerous of all. Drug dealers and gangs are now lacing methamphetamine with candy, making it look like candy. Why would they do that? Well, obviously drug dealers want to make money. That's their number one goal. But why do they make it look like candy? Kids. Kids just like you. So they can make it attractive to kids just like you. Remember that yellow crystal stuff that we showed you earlier in the picture? This is the same stuff, only they lace it to make it look like candy. They color it to make it look like candy. This is called strawberry meth. Sounds pretty good, huh? Well, just cut out the meth part. Strawberry part probably sounds, strawberry gummy bears, something like that. They're making it look like candy. Why are they making it look like candy? So that it's appealing to people like you. So it's important that you know what are the effects of it. It's important you know that even though it looks like candy, if you put it in your body, it still has the same effect. These are some of the things that are used to make methamphetamine. Gold tablets, acetone. What is acetone? Anybody know what acetone is? It's like a nail polish remover. Would anybody here go grab Mom's nail polish remover, grab your nail polish remover and take a swig of it? That's what you're doing when you're taking methamphetamine because it's one of the products in it. Engine starter, gasoline additives, methanol and alcohol, anhydrous ammonia. You guys are in farm country out here, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of farms out here that use anhydrous ammonia. What is anhydrous ammonia? Farm fertilizer. It helps make it. Would you guys be eating and putting farm fertilizer in your body? No. So why would you do it by taking methamphetamine? Iodine, sodium metal, red phosphorus, match tips. Anybody chew on match tips around here? If you take methamphetamine, I guarantee that's what you're doing. These are some of the meth labs. A meth lab can be made anywhere. Meth, because of those products that we saw that you can pretty much buy in any hardware store, in any store around Sierra County. What we find is people make meth labs in the back of their trucks. People make meth labs in the back of their storage sheds on their houses. Meth labs are very portable. This one here is a more sophisticated lab. They're huge. You see all these metal containers. These are cooking containers. What do you see along the back there? Propane bottles. They use them for the heating elements. Your nail polish remover. Is it flammable? Catch on fire pretty quick? So what do you think is going to happen when you start using mass quantities of acetone and you start putting flame to it and heat? Very much could explode. Looking for excessive amounts of chemicals used, this is what we look for. If we're out looking at a meth site or where we think meth has been manufactured, we leave their trash behind. We start looking at some of the materials. Remember what I was talking about? Sure. Yeah, we'll look for fingerprints on the cans too. Remember what we were talking about it being very volatile, very explosive, those propane tanks? This is what happens when people set up laboratories. This one here, I think, was in a fifth wheel. Over here on this side. This one here was actually in a house.
So what would happen if that happened next to your house?
I was going to say, what if somebody next door to you is cooking meth? And their house blows up. What do you think is going to happen to your house? It's going to probably catch on fire or blow up too. Now, how do you know you got meth in your neighborhood? Well, that's how you get a meth. That's how you get a meth. Yeah. How about the smell? Because you got all these chemicals that are used to make methamphetamine, there's also a smell that's associated with it. When you put all those together, anybody got younger brothers and sisters? Who's got younger brothers and sisters? Still in diapers? Were you around when they were in diapers? Okay, well, let me tell you what methamphetamine smells like. Methamphetamine smells like a dirty, wet diaper. Everybody knows what a dirty, wet diaper smells like, right? All right. That's what methamphetamine smells like. So that's how you know you're going to have it in your neighborhood. Either that or you've got a kid with a dirty, wet diaper that needs diaper change. What if you find a meth lab? What do? Get out immediately. That's the first thing you do. Get out and call the police. The items that, make sure that you tell all those items that you saw. If you saw stuff like this laying around, make sure that you tell the police that that's what you saw laying around. Because that's going to make a determination as to how we go in. And I'll demonstrate to you here in a little while how we go in there, that we have a meth lab. Let the police handle it. Don't try to handle it yourself. Remember, these are very volatile. There's propane involved, there's cookers involved, and there's combustible materials. So don't ever try to handle it yourself. Rotarians can make a difference. Again, like Christy said this morning, the job of Rotary is that they look at stuff in their community that needs to be improved. They look at areas of the community that say, you know what, we need to fix that. And they get involved, and they get people like you involved in it too to help out. Meth is now in almost every community, but so is Rotary. And that's why, again, our message today is so important that you guys get involved with us. Help us to get rid of the scourge in our neighborhood. Get rid of this demon. Only a community effort can stop it from spreading into our homes. We can't do it. You can't do it individually. I can't do it by myself. You can't do it by yourself. But when we all come together, I guarantee we can make a big difference, and we can get this out of here. There's nobody in here who wants to do meth, right? After just seeing what you saw, does anybody in here go, yeah, that might be pretty cool? No? All right, so I want you to keep this in mind, because I'm telling you right now, you're going to be approached. Somebody's going to come to you one day. Whether it be tomorrow, whether it be 10 years from now, somebody's going to come to you, and it's going to be offered to you. And I want you to remember this, that it's going to eat you from the inside out. You have big futures ahead of you. You guys are our future leaders. You guys are our future Rotarians. You guys are the ones that, when you get old, when you become adults, are going to find problems in your community that need to be helped. Don't ruin it with the method.
Sorry, guys.
Don't method.
How are y'all doing? Pretty good stuff. You're listening to a lot of good information, right? Well, right now we're going to do a little bit of a skit. And I'm going to get 2 volunteers. My in a suit here in a minute.
Remember I told you guys earlier, if you come across ingredients in a meth lab, then you call us, you need to make sure you tell us what those ingredients are, because that'll make a determination as to how we come out and respond to it. You saw that they've got rubber gloves and a mask on here, right? And they handle chemicals that are commonly used in a meth lab. Let me show you how we dress whenever we. Now, even dressed like this, step up on the stage. Make it up there without falling. This is the way we dress when we respond to a possible meth lab in order to take these ingredients out of here. Again, you'll see that your classmates have exposed skin here. My officer doesn't have any exposed skin because of the volatility of this. Even dressed like this, if Brad, who investigates those meth scenes, if he does this for an extended period of time, let's say I use him for 3 years, and we investigate meth lab after meth lab, and he goes in and helps us remove those products, I still have to have him tested every single year, even dressed like this. I have to have him tested every single year to make sure that those chemicals that he dealt with are not having adverse effects in his body. So can you imagine, even if dressed like this, there could still be potential side effects later on down the line in his life because he came in contact with those chemicals. Can you imagine what your classmates would be subject to just dressed like this? So that's really the importance. Whenever if you suspect you found a meth lab, out in the field, you guys are camping, even in your neighborhood or something. This is the way that we're going to respond to it. This is the way that we're going to go out and check it out. So it's very important that if you see any of these chemicals associated with it, that you let us know immediately. Thank you.
In my hand. Daniela, ready? Thank you so much. Give them a hand. When you first came in, I told all of you guys good morning. We talked about different things in the world that, building things. Legos, car kits, model car kits, stuff like that. Maybe even a tree house or something like that. And you're never too old to have the dream. Like you may have one dream now, you have a different one when you get to high school. You have the same dream all the way through. But let's say that one of you wanted to form a big team and build a giant Lego sports car. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Now, what would happen if you guys took all these drugs and put it into your body? And why not?
Because you're too hyper.
Too hyper,
In jail.
could be in jail. And what would be the worst thing that could happen?
Be dead.
Be dead. Well, I'm going to have Christy here talk to you a little bit more about dreams, about what will happen to those dreams, and then in a little bit, Sheriff Hamilton will come up to talk to you a little bit more about that too. So, Christy.
All right. You can go ahead and have a seat, guys. Thank you for your help.
Thank you.
All right. So, why do you think we're here today? What do you think we want you all to take away from this presentation? Yes, sir. We don't want you to take drugs. Just meth or any drug? Any drug, okay? So, how many times do you have to take meth to become addicted to it? Who remembers that? Raise your hand. In the back. 2 times, that's right. So it only takes 2 times. So what if your friend says, just try it? Just try it. No way, Jose. And why? Well, that's one reason. Yeah.
And they take it.
And that's a good thing. So remember back to the skit, okay? And remember how I said, you know what, guys, I'm not going to take it, and I don't think you should either. But what else could I have done to help prevent Steve from dying? Take them away. Who that's here today could I have gone to in the future? Who could I talk to? guys saw Brad and how much protection he had to have so he didn't get sick. So it's not just you guys not taking it. It's like they've said, if you see it in your neighborhood, if it's in your home, if you're going to hang out with friends and you say, you know what, I'm not going to do that, but I'm still going to hang out here. Is that still putting yourself in danger?
Yes.
And what about your friends?
Even more danger.
Even more, okay? So everything that we've taught you today is about the fact that you guys have choices. You have a choice to come to school and do well, right? You have a choice not to do that. You have a choice to come to the people who can help you and help you stay away from that, okay? So we want you to make those good choices so that you can achieve your dreams, okay? So you can be doctors and sports car drivers and farmers and professional athletes, okay? So I want to have Sheriff Hamilton come back up, and I'm just going to have him talk a little bit about, what can happen if you don't make the right choices, and also he's going to talk a little bit about how to get a hold of him if you need to talk to him, okay? So just remember that all those choices, the choice to drink alcohol, the choice to smoke marijuana, those things all lead to what? And tobacco. So tobacco is one of those things that if you're smoking a cigarette and somebody else says to you, well, you already smoke cigarettes, maybe just smoke some marijuana. What do you do then? So then, what if you do smoke marijuana, they might say, go ahead and smoke the meth with me. You already smoked marijuana. Yeah, see, it's what they call a gateway drug. It's like we talk about meth like a train. What happens if a train hits you? You die, right? Okay. How can you never get hit by a train? Avoiding it. So what does a train run on? Okay. If you never want to get hit by a train, what do? Stay completely away from the tracks, right? That's what marijuana and alcohol and all those other drugs are the tracks that can lead to meth. Okay? Hanging out with people who do that. Okay? So, Sheriff Hamilton, why don't you come up? He's going to wrap things up for us. And I appreciate your attention. It's just a few minutes longer, and we really appreciate you guys today. So give Sheriff Hamilton another round of applause.
Okay, sit down. We needed that, right? Get the blood flowing again. I couldn't have said it better. If you don't want to get hit by a train, stay off the train tracks, right? Let me tell you guys, I was at a restaurant eating lunch with one of my deputies, and there was a guy sitting at the table with his kid over there. The kid was probably about your age, too. About 4th or 5th grader. So anyway, we're sitting in the restaurant. Of course, I'm in my uniform. What do you guys think when you see somebody, law enforcement officer, show up in uniform? You get scared? Why do you get scared? Somebody take you away? I mean, have you ever been taken away? Sometimes you feel so